childhood dreams. Funny things, really. But what would you have said if, as a child, I asked you what you wanted to be? The likelihood is you weren't thinking practically. You wanted to be astronauts, dancers, singers, actors, actresses, footballers, whatever. You were dreaming big. But the sad truth of growing up is as we physically grow, those small childhood dreams shrink. But not for everyone. Margaret Thatcher, Steve Jobs, Nelson Mandela. People that doesn't necessarily apply to. Because if anything, as they grew, their dreams grew with them. I don't want to focus on what these people have done. I want to focus on who they are. Because they're individuals, meaning one. Funnily enough, I'm an individual, and so is everyone else in this room. But what makes those individuals capable of achieving such greatness? Because it sounds pretty good. I want to tell you a story, and for the purpose of the story, I'm going to call my main character Dave. At the age of 4, Dave said his first word. I don't know about you, but I started talking when I was less than 1, and obviously haven't stopped since. But the fact that Dave was 4 suggests he wasn't developing with the pace. 3 years later, and Dave was 7. At this age, Dave read his first word. Again, we can tell he wasn't on the same level as people in his academic year. People that came in contact with Dave described him as being unsociable, being mentally slow, and being forever adrift in his foolish dreams. Personally, I feel those are harsh words to describe a 7-year-old. But Dave didn't listen. If anything, that made Dave more determined, because years and years later, Dave won a Nobel Prize for physics. And if you haven't guessed, Dave's name wasn't Dave. Dave's name was Albert Einstein. You know, that might surprise some of you, because we have this stereotypical image that all world leaders and important people are born world leaders and important people. But in reality, just like us, they're individuals. And I'm not saying that means if you've always secretly wanted to be an astronaut, you're going to walk out those doors and you're going to get a phone call from NASA, because that's a little bit unlikely. But I am saying, if you truly devote your life to following that childhood dream, it will pay off. So I want to leave you with the thought that you can dream too small, but you can never dream too big.